Hello everybody and welcome to our next section of Learn to Swim program, and today we're going to be talking about the equipment that we need to use during our Learn to Swim practice. And the first one will be the noodle. Okay, you understand why sometimes people call it a woggle or a noodle, two names of it. They come in different colors. Usually they are standard shapes. Sometimes they might be slightly longer, slightly thinner, but they do the same for the same purpose really. They are ideal to work on your body position when you just learn how to float. Sometimes you can use them as a kicking device. So instead of the float, okay, you can bend it across like that. Each end goes under the shoulder, all right, straight arms, and this is how you do the kick, all right. Can do that. It's not the most comfortable way of doing the kick, but it can do the job, all right. Usually when you go to the swimming lessons or to the swimming pools, it depends really from leisure provider to leisure provider, but if you actually join the lessons, they provide you with all the equipment. If you just come as a regular swimmer, as a general public swim, normally, again, depends on the leisure provider, depends on the leisure center. Normally you have to bring your own one. Again, it really depends. So if you're gonna follow our lessons, this part of the kit, training kit, it's there as well. So how much does it cost? Again, guys, it varies. You can buy a second-hand one for something like £5, $5 or something like that. Brand new ones, they can cost up to £20, $20, depends where you're watching from. I would not recommend you to buy a brand new one because it's just a waste of money and it does exactly the same job as the second-hand one. All right. Yeah, so when you go through our lessons, you will see there, if your leisure provider doesn't, or your swimming school doesn't provide you with the equipment, you need to purchase one of them. Okay? The next one will be the floats. 3 different types. Okay? Let's start with the first one. So the first one, again, it's not an advert, it's a company name. I'm not advertising here, nothing. I just took a float that I had in my own box. So as you can see, it's number 1, it's a size 1. Who can use these floats? Really, anyone. The difference is between one float and the other is how you feel about it. If you feel comfortable swimming with this one, floats normally they used as a support. So you just place your arms on top of the float and you relax. Okay. If you can feel that it sinks while you're kicking, okay, this might not be enough for you, so it doesn't give you that much support. So what you can do, you can use the number 2 one. You see, number 2. I think they go up to number 3 or 4. Can't remember right now. They all do the same job. As you can see, one is slightly bigger than the other. All right. So again, it's down to preferences. All right. So there's not necessarily you have to use this one for one purpose, this one for the other purpose. It doesn't work like that. It's really up to you. Try one or the other and you find your own preferable float to use. Okay, so again, depends on the leisure provider. Usually they do provide these floats at your swimming lessons, or even if you're general public swim, some leisure providers do provide, some don't. So you need to double check with them. The next one, as you can see, is a lot bigger, okay, and it has holes in there. Usually athletes use this one, but not necessarily for professional athletes. Anyone can use them. It provides you a lot more support and it's a bit more comfortable, so you can place your fingers inside of it, okay, so it's like kind of more comfortable. Again, guys, it really depends on you, which one you prefer. The prices vary, and they vary a lot. Depends on the brand, depends on the float. These ones are quite soft. As you can see, they're quite soft, okay? This one is pretty hard, Okay, so it's hard to bend it but easy to break it, but it does provide more support for your arms. Okay, usually adults use these ones. All right, so again, I'm not advertising anything here, it's just a float. All right, every float that I would like to show you has a brand, so I just can't get away with it. If you ask me, I prefer these kind of floats. Okay, they're bigger, they provide more support, and yes, it's just slightly better than those small ones. Again, depends on you, depends which one you prefer. So if you have an opportunity to try one or the other, do it and you find the best one for you. And like I said, prices vary. Go on a different websites, go on Amazon, have a look, see for yourself. If you have a chance to purchase second-hand one, do so. Not a problem at all. It does the same job, so it saves you a bit of a cash. The next one I would like to talk about is swimming hats. Okay, so I've got 3 types. All right. So the first one made of fabric. Okay, it's quite stretchy. I don't know. You might see it for yourself. Okay, this one's good for little kids who don't, who don't swim too fast, who are just learning. Okay, again, if you're an adult and you prefer to wear this one, again, guys, down to the preferences. I can't say that this one is the best one or this one is the worst one. It's really down to you. But I know for sure that this hat will not be good for competitive swimming because it will come off. When you place it on your head, it's not tight enough. Okay, so if you're just a beginner and you feel comfortable with the fabric hat, you're more than welcome. You see it has lines, so it's been stitched together. All right, so it's not like a one single unit, one single thing. All right, so again, this one cost me about £1. £1, so it's pretty cheap enough. Okay, as you can see, it's pretty small for babies. You can use that one if you're interested. The next one is the rubber hat. It's made of rubber. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but the rubber hats have those kind of lines, as you can see right here. Yeah, so it's a sign of it's made of rubber. All right, it's thinner, yeah, and it doesn't stretch as good. For swimming lessons, yeah, not too bad. Okay, I'd prefer this one to fabric one. Yeah, so it's slightly bigger. If you've got kind of long hair, yeah, not very long, we'll talk about it later, but long enough, this would be able to cover it. All right, but again, it's not very tight. All right, so if it comes to competitive swimming, if you want to race, this is not the best option. But we're doing learn to swim here, so for learning to swim, the rubber hat is not bad option, I would say. Okay, the third one and the most popular one is the silicone hat. All right, so it's a lot thicker compared to the rubber. All right, I don't know if you see, guys, or not. It's quite hard to show you. This one is a lot thicker than the silicone one, and it's when you place it on your head, it's a lot tighter. The price for this one, I've paid, I think, £3 or so. Prices vary, guys, for silicone hats. Depends on the brand, okay? Some brands are very, very expensive, but silicone is silicone. You know, it doesn't really make no difference which one you wear. I'm not gonna tell you any famous brands. You can search for yourself. If I prefer which one to wear, I would wear this one, the silicone one. Okay, as you can see, I don't really need one. Okay, and when I was a swimmer, I never won a hat. Even on the competition, I was always bald. Loved it. But people who have hair, longer hair, obviously swimming with hat is a kind of best option. And let me tell you something about the hats. A lot of people think that wearing a hat will keep your hair dry during swimming lessons. This is not the purpose of a swimming hat, guys, okay? It's not to keep your hair dry, it's to keep your hair together, all right, together, so it's not in a way when you're learning to swim and doing any activities in the pool. That is the purpose. Your hair will get wet anyway, all right? So it won't be soaking wet, but it will be wet. When you take your hat off, be prepared that your hair will be wet anyway. So it doesn't save you from not getting your hair wet. One more thing I would like to mention about the swimming hats is for people who's got long hair, very, very long hair, dreadlocks or this kind of stuff. I don't have this hat on me, but they do, you can find them on the internet, and it's the hats, swimming caps or swimming hats for long hair. They, the base is the same, but they slightly bigger, so you can actually fit all the hair inside. All right, so search up. They're a little bit costly, obviously, because they use more material, but again, people with long hair who still want to do swimming lessons and don't want to cut their hair off for that purpose, so you can actually put it all in and wear the hat. So they are on sale. And the next one, guys, is goggles. Again, we can debate about it for hours, which ones are better, which ones are worse. The price that you pay for goggles not necessarily means that the dearer the better. Absolutely not. You need to find your own ones, the ones that you feel comfortable with. My suggestion is don't buy too big goggles. Yeah, make sure they don't go over your eyebrows. These goggles do exist. I don't know for what purpose, but they are no good, okay? So when you wear goggles, let me just demonstrate. When you wear goggles, all right, they should be placed under your eyebrows, okay? Under your eyebrows. Never over like that, all right? Otherwise they will leak. Also, when you wear swimming goggles, make sure the rubber goes at the back of your head, not on your neck. How many people do, or some kids do, they wear it like that. Okay, as you can see, that's not gonna work. Always place the rubber at the back of the head. All right, if you've got two straps, one can go slightly higher, one can go slightly lower. All right, that would do, but never place the rubber on your neck. Always goes here. All right, how tight they must be, it's really up to you guys. All right, but they have to be quite tight, otherwise if they're too loose, they're gonna leak. Another important part is when you wear a hat and the goggles, okay, make sure that when you wear goggles, yeah, they never go over the hat. So if the hat goes too close to your eye and then the goggles go over the hat, they will leak 100%, because there will be a little hole between the goggle and the hat, and this is where the water will get through. When you wear goggles, make sure they just go straight on your eyes and there's no obstructions like hat or eyebrows, okay? They go under the eyebrows and never go over the hat at any point, all right? Even if it's a little bit, that a little bit will make your goggles leak. So put the goggles on, your hat on, goggles on, then you might need to lift your hat up a little bit, okay, to make sure the goggles are not going over your hat. That is very important. A lot of people make this mistake and they blame goggles. Oh yeah, my goggles leak. They leak because there is a gap. Yeah, you put your goggles over your hat, there is a little gap, and this is where the water gets in. Okay guys, I'm gonna quickly demonstrate you how to put the hat on and how to put goggles over your hat to make sure they don't leak and you feel comfortable, okay? So first of all, no matter which hat you're using, I'm going to use the silicone one. Again, my preference, even I never worn it. Well, I have, but not that much. So what I do is I place my hands inside of the hat and I kind of spread it out a little bit, and the top, the bottom of the hat I place on top of my nose, and I kind of slide it down. All right. So a lot of people put their hats quite low, like this, all right? Yeah, I'm gonna show you what not to do and then what to do, all right? If your hat is too low, like this, you're trying to cover your ears and all that, and then you put your goggles on, all right? As you can see, the goggles here, they go over the hat, you see, so the hat is quite low. Yeah, so, and if the rubber of the goggles goes over the hat right here, okay, this is where the water will get in and they will leak. All right, once you've put your hat on and your goggles on, lift your hat up a little higher, like that. All right, like this. You'll feel more comfortable. Please bear in mind, if you're trying to cover your ears to avoid the water from getting in, it's not going to work. The water will get into your ears anyway. All right, so don't try to cover your ears. Don't even try, because like I said, the water gets in and then it gets out. All right, lift it up a little bit, and as you can see now, all right, the goggles right here, they don't go over the hat, as you can see. Yeah, so it's kind of separated. Okay, so there won't be no hole for the water to get in, and then you'll feel much better. And as I said before, remember to put your goggles under your eyebrows. Never put them over your eyebrows. Always goes under, and the rubber at the back of your head. That's pretty much it. Welcome to swimming. Let's take it off. All right, I really hope that was pretty clear. Okay, let's move on. Prices, guys, for goggles from £3 to £120 or $120. Depends on the brand, depends on what kind of goggles. Again, like I said, the dearer doesn't mean the better. It doesn't mean like that. It doesn't mean absolutely nothing. When I was a swimmer, I used to wear goggles. I'm not going to give you no names here, but my goggles cost £4. All right, and they were the best ones. The best ones, they would last, and they never break. So again, it's really up to you. I really hope I've covered everything in terms of the equipment that we will be using during our Learn to Swim. And if you're still liking it, I will see you in the next clip.